For the opt-in time, be wary of certain lands for sale in Ibeju-Lekki for these two basic reasons. First, certain property titles are no longer approved by Lagos State government. Titles like Excision. So properties with excision in process or excision in progress are not properties you should be buying at this time. Secondly, the alignment for the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Road is not yet completed. Nobody knows where the alignment will take or how it is going to come. It is in stages. So buying properties on the coastal road or beachfront properties at this time is considered risky. I will be exposing to you two property searches that was conducted some weeks ago. How it helped us not buying a particular property which our client had interest in. I am Patrick, your realtor. Welcome to this space where we'll discuss topical issues that affect real estate. Seeing our videos, you will make wise investment choices. Like our videos, subscribe to the channel, and do not forget, turn on the notification button so that every time I drop a new content, you will be the first to see our videos. For contributions, you can drop your comment in the comment section. When we come back, I'll be exposing to you what these property searches are and how they help us not buying certain lands in Ibeju-Lekki. Welcome back, everybody. Some weeks ago, a client from the United States of America contacted us. He wants to buy certain properties in Ibeju-Lekki, and he wanted us to conduct diligence and also help him in the purchase of a said property. So we started work. We contacted the seller of the property. We asked for the survey. We asked to book inspection. Before we even went for inspection, we got the survey. We sent the survey to the surveyor, and boom, the results from the property search actually did not make us buy that particular property. It saved us from investing in something that would have put us in deep problems in the future, if not in the present, in the future. So the first property is somewhere in Odelmi. Odelmi is in Ibeju-Lekki after Lakampine Tropicana, deep into the area Odelmi. Now, Odelmi is unique in the sense that a part of Odelmi falls in Lagos State. The second part falls in Ogun State. So this particular property fell in the Ogun State part of Odelmi. That was refreshing in some ways because the risk buying properties in Lagos, properties without title in Lagos, is so high when compared to other places in Nigeria like Ogun State. Now, we got the survey. Surveyor says it. The reports amazed us. The land, which is supposed to be a beachfront property, was charted and it fell into the Atlantic Ocean. You can see it on the screen. A bulk of the land is inside the Atlantic Ocean. Would this be the mistake of the surveyor who drew up this survey? We do not know, but there was no way we were going to go on with this particular purchase because it is showing us that the card area falls into the Atlantic Ocean. So not just that, even when it is not a titled property, the coastal alignment for the Lagos-Calabar coastal road has not gotten to this part of Odelmi, and it was going to be high risk buying a property without knowing where the alignment would pass through. So even if this was on a dry land and we purchased this and the coastal road passes through the property, what then will be the fate of the investors or those who want to buy the property? Very, very risky. Now, another thing I was noticed is some of the lands sold as beachfront properties do not keep that setback away from the beach. Now, the approved setback of properties away from the beachfront is more than 50 meters. So if you're buying a property, you should not buy a property that falls in between that 150 meters. But the reverse was the case in this situation. It is not even that it is away from the sea, it is inside the sea. So we did not go on with that. There was no way on earth we were going to go on with that. For the second property, this one was in Odelmi also, but on the Lagos State part of Odelmi. And it was a dry land, a very good location. But after charting it, we found out that the status of the land is excision in process. And while the seller tried convincing that the property does not have any encumbrance, it is free and all those, we made it clear that the government of Lagos no longer grants excision as a property title in Lagos. So if we are seeing excision in process, excision in progress, and we know quite all right that there is no way on earth the excision will be granted, since the government some years ago have put a stop to excision. So we asked the seller what your plan is going to be. Peradventure, my client who wants to buy the property, and it was like, if the excision does not come out, they were going to go for a government allocation for a property sold for 5 million naira, for a beachfront property sold for 5 million naira. Now, 5 million naira is already a red flag. You don't see properties, beachfront properties in Ibeju-Lekki for 5 million naira. If you see that, that is a red flag. Now, it was like they were going to get an allocation. I was there, okay, allocation, but allocation is so expensive in Lagos. Allocation is so, in fact, the 5 million naira is not going to be enough to buy an allocation for one plot in Ibeju-Lekki. So how is this going to be? So in the end, we knew that this transaction was also not going to fly, because we are not, it's not a titled property. The excision is not out. It is in progress, and it was going to be risky for us to undertake that particular purchase. So certain things we learned from these searches. First is that you conduct due diligence before buying real estate in Lagos. In fact, anywhere in Nigeria, you conduct due diligence. Secondly, for Lagos, it is so delicate buying properties in certain areas without title. And also, beachfront properties are not properties you should buy right now, because we are unsure of where the alignment is going to take. You can take the risk to buy it. If it does not take it, good for you. High returns for your investment. But what if the alignment passes your land? Who do you hold? So at this point, beachfront properties are not wise investment choices right now. It's even worse when it is not a titled property, because you will not be compensated by the government. So that is that about that. And do not forget also, the lands in front of the beach are not always sold to anybody. 150 meters away from the beach, you cannot own it. It belongs to the federal government. So if anybody is telling you to buy beachfront property and it is not 150 meters away from the sea, then you might just be buying problems. Lastly, don't be swayed by cheap properties, by cheap offers. Most times, when you see that some offers are too good to be true, then it just might mean that they aren't true in the first place. So when you see cheap offers, ask yourself questions multiple times. Are you buying the right thing? Should you buy because it is cheap? People who have bought because it is so affordable and so cheap, in the end, regret in crazy ways. So properties, beachfront properties in Lagos are not cheap. They are not cheap. For you to see a good one, you should be looking at buy it for about 20, 25, 30 million naira. So 5 million naira, 3 million naira beachfront properties. Now, it's high risk unless you just want to try your luck. And I hope you don't get burned. So let us be wary. Let us always conduct due diligence and do the right thing. I then Patrick, your realtor. Like our video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification button so that when I drop any content like this, you'll be the first to see it. For consultation, for advice, our numbers on the screen. You can chat us up on WhatsApp, and would help you in whatever ways we can. For those looking to buy real estate in Lagos, in Abuja, in Ogun State, in Ibadan, Oyo State, you can always come into our DM. We have nice properties for you to buy. Or you can go to the website www.realpathproperties.com. We have listings on some of these properties that would guarantee you high returns on investment and also safety. Most importantly, safety. So we can help you purchase your property. We can help you conduct your diligence, and you'll buy safety every time you buy real estate. Until we see again, stay safe, keep investing in real estate, and be peaceful.